This is my official UFC 5 review. So, first and foremost, I have been playing UFC games since UFC Undisputed 2009. So, that means Undisputed 2010, Undisputed 3, EA Sports MMA with Fedor on the cover, EA Sports UFC 1 through 5. I mean, you name it, I've played it. You know, with that said, EA Sports UFC 5 is a hot, steamy, chunky pile of shit. It's not a good game. I hate this game, and I do not recommend you buy it. I think if you do buy it, you need to wait until it's $20. Let's get into why this game is so bad. So, it's been a steady decline. If you want to play the best UFC 5 game, in my opinion, it's between UFC 3 and UFC 2. So that's many, many years ago. And UFC 4, in my opinion, was trash as well. And UFC 5 just built upon that trash. So I'm not going to go into why UFC 4 was trash. If you know, you know. But moving on to UFC 5, it's just things that they changed that didn't need to be changed. For example, the uppercuts. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. They basically changed the inputs for the uppercuts. My question to you is this. If you played UFC 4, I promise you, if you said, hey, you played UFC 4 and UFC 4 is coming to an end, what would you like to see in UFC 5? And the microphone comes to you, I promise you, kiss to God, not one person, when that microphone reaches them, would have said, I would like the uppercuts to be different. I want you to change the uppercut inputs. Not one person would have said that. So, for me, that's a waste. Again, this game is not an improvement, it's just different. And there's a difference, right? There's a difference between improving something and just changing something. And all they did was change it. So one thing they did improve upon is the skins, the character models, the graphics, things like that. They improved on that. But outside of that, outside of the beautiful wrapping, this is what the game is. It's a beautiful box. It's a beautiful box with this beautiful shiny, gold and glitter and all this beautiful wrapping paper on it. But when you open the gift, when you open it up and you start to peel back the velvet leather and all this stuff, and you open the box, you get hit with the stench, and you get the steam from that hot, steamy pile of shit just hits you right in your face. It just fucking assaults you. And that's what this is. It's beautiful to look at, but when you dig down deep, when you really play it and you get into it, it's garbage. So that's one of the reasons why it's garbage, is the changes that nobody asked for. Another reason why it's garbage, let's talk about the submission system. The submission system in this game, some people will try to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Contrarians. Some people will be contrarians and say, oh, well, you can get submissions on the first try. But you really can't. It's actually very rare. It's very rare that you get a submission on the first try in this game. In this game, you get a health bar for your submissions. And when someone puts you in a submission, the health bar goes down. And sometimes it takes 3 submission attempts for you to get the submission. That's right. So you go for an arm bar, you get the arm bar, and you hurt his arm, but then you just get back into full mount, and then you go for another submission, and then you get that submission, and then you go to half guard, and then you go for another submission, and then you finally get it. That's how it works, okay, for the most part. Now, in real life, which is what I feel like these games should be aiming to do, right? It's a sports game. This is not Mortal Kombat. This is not, Tekken. This is a UFC game, so it should be like UFC. It should be like real-life MMA. My personal opinion and my personal preference. So, why can't I just go for a choke and get the choke and win the fight? You know what I mean? It makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense. The clinch game is wonky. The The grappling in general, they haven't improved upon since UFC 3. The ground game is it's okay. Like they took away the ability to, if your opponent postures up, you can't kick them off you or transition. All you have to do is block, which again isn't realistic, guys. And I'll tell you why. Nick Diaz, go watch it. Nick Diaz was being interviewed by Ariel Helwani. And I believe it was the famous interview where he said, where I'm from, people like you get slapped, talking to Ariel. Go watch that interview. He talks about the differences in between elbows and punches on the ground. And his point in saying that is that when your opponent postures up and you're on the bottom, it gives you enough space to go for an armbar, to maybe get your feet on the hips and push them out so you can stand up and things like that. That's real. That's really what it is when you're grappling. If you've ever taken a jiu-jitsu class, like anything like that, you would know. But in this game, when the guy postures up, all you can do is block and dodge. That's it. But again, that's not realistic, guys. That's not sim. That's not, I shouldn't even have to say simulation. It's just not real. It's not, like, what is this? Is this supposed to be a realistic UFC game or not? Sorry about that. My YouTube was playing in the background. Anyways, this is just, it's disappointing, man, because we waited 3 years for this. 3 years they had to work on this, and they failed. 10 minutes, which is all I have for this video, 10 minutes is not enough for me to describe how much I hate this game. This is just a summary. Every point that I hit deserves its own 10-minute fucking episode, and I think I might do that. I'm gonna do a whole series breaking down why I hate this game, why I hate EA Sports MMA, why I hate, not EA Sports MMA, that's a great game, why I hate EA Sports, and why I hate the gaming world in general, It's ridiculous, but I'm running out of time. Let's talk about tendencies. So what do I mean by that? I mean, every fighter has their tendencies. For example, Conor McGregor, he has a tendency to throw his left hand, right? So his left hand is really damn good. Okay, all's fair with that. However, in this game, there's a meta to it. So, for example, in this game, certain combos just work. It doesn't matter who you're throwing them with, they just work. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I could pick Wonderboy Thompson, throw a lead hook to the body, and then a Chuck Liddell overhand, and really hurt someone in this game. But in real life, you have never seen Wonderboy Thompson throw a Chuck Liddell overhand, because it's not in his tendencies. It's not in his playbook. It's not in his bag to do that. He throws straight punches, Wonderboy does. He throws straight punches and kicks. That's what Wonderboy's game is. Yeah, he throws some hooks here and there. Yeah, whatever. But it's not a high percentage. If you look at his fights, he mostly throws straight punches and kicks. So why the hell am I playing someone in a ranked match where this guy's just throwing overhand and hooks and all this crazy stuff with Wonderboy? It's like, whoa, Wonderboy is not even like that. You know what I mean? Wonderboy is great at what he does, but when you play him in a different way, you should suffer for it. That's just my opinion. Wonderboy should not be able to stand in the pocket with you like he's Vicente Luque. You get what I mean? There's a difference, and it should feel that way. It's like, any game. Like if I'm Shaquille O'Neal and I take a 3-point shot, I should miss. But if I'm Shaquille O'Neal and I'm in the paint, I should dunk on your head, because that's what he does. That's his tendencies. Another thing about this game that I really don't like is I really don't like the what's the word I'm looking for? Oh man, I lost it. I don't even know. I just don't like this game, bro. I don't like this game. Don't buy it unless it's $20. I'm running out of time. I'm gonna make more videos on why I hate this game. I really hate this game. I can't say it enough. I think I'm gonna just keep saying that until the end of the video. I really hate this game. UFC 5 is not a good game, bro. I want to talk to the developers. I want to get their opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you agree, disagree, doesn't matter. Join the discussion and follow.